So, y'all, Happy New Year. Okay. I'm coming on here, come before you today because there's been a lot of Michigana going on the Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I just want to come on here and first of all, show my face because it's been, we about 12 days into the new year and I ain't talked to y'all. So I said, hey, that's rude. I got to get on here. But I just come before you today to let you know that the person that we thought Marceau was, that's actually Maurice. Let's just get into it, shall we? I don't know why it's not playing. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Renee. So let's just get into it, shall we? What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Renee Online. And listen, I wanted to come on here, come before you today, okay, about Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? It is early in the morning that I'm recording this. I will probably be at work by the time y'all see this. It'll be probably afternoon when this airs. I'll set it to come out around lunchtime. But I had to come on here to let y'all know that Love and Marriage Huntsville just needs to go on and go away. Just go on and go away. Because clearly we've run out of things to talk about. We're constantly talking about Tisha in Never Never Office Land. Tisha, I know I didn't do a review on the last episode, y'all, before this mid-season finale, which I'm like, why the are we doing a finale right now? Let's just finalize the show. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and end it at this point because it is very obvious to me that y'all are all trying to orchestrate storylines to keep shit going, okay? Tisha and Kimmy don't want to accept that their men are a complete trash, okay? They don't want to talk about the fact that they have been potentially or allegedly, they've been potentially cheated on or have been cheated on and they accept it. Tisha hides behind that by constantly talking about Destiny and whatever man she's dating this week and trying to hide behind Miss Nell in this flight that she took from the reunion to leave LA in such a pinch because of this baby. A conversation that has already been had, closed up, and continues to get opened again because you don't want to talk about that interview that Martell did with Homegirl and Gatormouth. Yeah. Martell has this now this bro code now where they're now not going to talk about anything bad towards each other. Martell, you're already divorced, sir. Mel is not ever taking you back. Y'all will never be back together. Okay. I don't even know if they're gonna allow Gatormouth on the show. So why are you loyal to them again? I don't get it. Now, the reason why you were disloyal in the beginning is because you were upset that you the only one that got caught up, or that your wife was the only smarter, your ex-wife rather, was the only one that was smart enough to leave. You're upset that their wives are dumb. You actually married a smart woman, okay? And you fucked it up. Now, I believe Marceau would have actually appreciated a Melody in his life because his wife is dumb as hell. Tisha, if I hear about you in this office one more freaking time, the office that you want is never business land. Never gonna get no business. We ain't seen you sell not one house. I haven't even seen you sell a piece of bread. Hell, I ain't even seen you sell a potato on Wanda's truck. Why the fuck do you need an office to sit here and play business lady? You're pressing this man, taking him away from things that people are actually paying for to get done, that he's slow dragging on. Because we saw in that promo for the next section of this never-ending story of Love and Marriage Huntsville, the season, that y'all still ain't even get Kimmy and Maurice's restaurant finished. But yet you want an office to sit in that you're selling no homes, you have no real estate agents, you're managing absolutely nothing. You're not bringing any business into anything. You're wasting everybody's time. Yes, you're wasting our time. Tisha, knock it the fuck off. Knock it off. Grow up, please, expeditiously, in my TI voice. You've sold not a goddamn thing. And if I was Marceau, I'd never build that office for you. Sell some houses first. Do that. Moving on, because we're not going to stay in episode 15 too long where it says lay down, stand up, because it's basically the title of the episode is talking about Maurice and his ignorant ass talking about a woman can lay down longer than he can stand up, or he can lay down longer than you can stand up, whatever the fuck. Either way, he want to be standing, have somebody all day, and ain't nobody got time for that. Now, Kimmy, let me say something to you, sis, and I want you to hear me good. You too old for this shit. And Jalen, you know, your son that you were so proud of putting all these things in the basket about because you didn't say nothing about Maurice. Catch that, because I caught it. This basket is supposed to be full of all the things that she loves. She didn't put Maurice in that basket. Nothing about him, okay? Your son is embarrassed of you. Notice how Jalen doesn't even want to be recorded. He doesn't want to be filmed on the show. He barely wanted to be seen at that 80s party. I don't think that Jalen fucks with Maurice because he sees how disgusting he is and how trifling he is towards his mother. In my opinion, I believe that Maurice married Kimmy because Kimmy did such an amazing job with Jalen. He thought that he was going to live vicariously through that life, get Kimmy to raise his son to be just like Jalen, very responsible. And he didn't have to do a goddamn thing. Kimmy done put his name on her house, allegedly. What has Maurice positively contributed to this relationship? And fast forward to the final episode for this mid-season finale, his soft hands era, where Kimmy is talking about she wants to see him building shit. No, Kimmy wants to see you actually bringing some money in and building some finances. She don't have to actually see you over here being Bob the fucking builder. She wants you to be a man. Contribute. You the motherfucker talking about quit your job at the hospital and this, that, and the third. I want you to be here and doing this and doing that. You want to pretend like you're this provider that you're not. When yet Kimmy, allegedly, the people on the streets is saying that she had to sell her house and her house went into foreclosure because of all the debt that you have her in. Now, Kimmy, if this is true, sis, I would have gotten out of this marriage a long time ago because, hello, Candy Burris. Now, I know you ain't got Candy Burris money, but I'm pretty sure that's why Candy said, I ain't never going to NBA young boy. That may be the title of a rapper, but that's real life. Never broke again. Candy will ever be. So, Kimmy, keep it up. And Maurice going to have your ass in the poorhouse. And that 3 times a day minute dick that he trying to give you, yeah, it ain't worth it, sis. It ain't worth it. So laying down, standing up, taking it from the side, from the back, front, back, side to side, however the fuck he trying to give it to you, it ain't worth it if the man ain't paying no damn bills. He's bringing absolutely nothing to your life, sis. Now, y'all sat at that table talking about some, oh yeah, and we were only doing it once a week at this time. And Kimmy, was that code for y'all were fucking around while he was still married? I don't, I don't know. I'm guessing. Is this true? Were you seeing him once a week and you just found it so tantalizing to do the grown up in these investment properties where he's using his hands to build some was he building himself out of his marriage? I don't know. What say you? Because this sounds very weird that you got to go to an investment property to buy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't think we ain't catch that. Kimmy, I believe the thrill is gone away. And you don't want to admit it. I believe that you are in love with the idea of being married. I think that you both want to stay on this show. But I think that you both need to just give the jig is up. The jig is up. Yeah. We don't actually care. You guys are not interesting. You haven't been interesting. And see, the thing is, you guys want to, the Scots are a bunch of bullshit. Y'all want to lie, deny, and deny. Now, a lot of y'all be talking about, I don't want to hear about the cheating rumors no more. And da, da, da. No, we do. And we absolutely do. Because this show is called Love and Marriage Huntsville. Not Love and Marriage Bullshit Me. I don't know how dumb y'all think the viewers are, but we're not. We're not stupid. We see right through the bullshit that y'all making up on screen. We see the fact that Tisha is totally avoiding any conversations about her own life. You are not Giselle Bryant, and we don't even like it when she does it on Potomac. Knock it the fuck off, all of y'all. This show just go ahead and bag it up. Bag it up and toss it away. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Because who gives a fuck? This show is so fake. And Tisha, you want to constantly talk about Miss Nell and Chris and this and that and the third. Miss Nell, let me tell you something. You hate on Miss Nell so much and you couldn't stand Mel. But let me tell you what the both of them did that was extremely smart. They came on here and spilled their own tea before you could. Y'all were going to actually start this show on a false foundation. Y'all wanted Melody to stay on the show and act like Martell wasn't she no, fuck that. Mm-mm. Hold on, y'all. I think I'm frozen. Hold on, we gonna fix it. And it's not live, so I don't know if you can still hear me or not. Okay, here we go. I think it's catching up. All right, sorry about that. Even when you pre-recording, shit be happening. But the fact of the matter is, Mel, even though Martell wanted her to lie, still told the truth. She was going to leave his ass and not even do this show. But that's what made the show interesting because it was authentic. We were able to see how to navigate through somebody cheating, her taking him back, and then him continuing to do it, and her leaving. Y'all don't want to be authentic. It will be so much more satisfying to watch this show if y'all would just come out and say, you know what? Listen, fuck it, y'all. Just fuck it. I know my husband be cheating. I just didn't want to look crazy on TV. So let me just come on here and tell y'all the truth. Listen, he been cheating. Okay, I let him cheat because it's certain stuff I ain't going to do. Okay. And Kimmy, you need to just go ahead and tell us, yeah, because he wants me 3 times a day, and I ain't got time. Okay, I'm menopausal and shit because I'm in my 50s. Because Kimmy, we believe that you in your 50s. Okay, I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe your ass is in your 50s. So it should be. I don't know if it be drying up. Okay, because I just turned 40 and my shit's still right, but I don't know if in your 50s that should be drying up. So maybe you tired of getting the rug burn paper together. I don't know. Maybe y'all got a year supply of, KY or your reaction at dinner saying you can get that from anybody the 3 times a day, somebody else. And if you are Kimmy, the way that this man has an unhealthy relationship, in my opinion, with Schmecks, Kimmy, I hope that you have the clinic on rotation for routine checkups of that coochie, okay? Because I pray that this man don't bring you something that you can't get rid of because of his ravenous appetite to use you as a blow up doll. Now that explains a lot in episode 15, where he's talking about the father in y'all session with the marriage counselors. Maurice, you're in my opinion, you're an idiot. Because in that conversation, you are so used to gaslighting and manipulating Kimmy. And Kimmy, you are so used to pretending like what he's saying to you works. The soft baby voice that you use when you're talking to him to disarm him or to make him feel comfortable or to make him feel like when you checking him, you're not really checking him, but that's your way of getting it out, but making him feel comfortable with you checking him. No, girl, say it with your goddamn chest. I don't want you humping and fucking and thumping on me 3 times a goddamn day, especially when you ain't doing it right and I don't likes it. Okay? Period. You don't rev up the engine, my ninja. You over here looking like Casper and not doing shit to bring no money in this house. Your name is on everything that belongs to me. You're not doing anything to positively contribute to my life. You're giving me a fucking headache. Every time I turn around, you giving me another job to do. Raise your son, take care of this house, get loans for you, do this, do that, that. Is the only thing that Maurice has is good credit? Because he knows the loopholes for credit one? I don't know. The bottom line is, Kimmy, stop minimizing your ability to stand up. Because I believe that Kimmy has the ability to stand up and be a woman about hers. But this man has totally disrobed and disarmed her. And the way that he has done it is just so minuscule. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's butter. Because Kimmy, the stuff that he does, we all see through it on TV. I don't understand why you can't see it as his wife. Or I don't understand why you choose to pretend like you don't see it. Because you see the bullshit. Because Kimmy strategically uses her words, if y'all notice, back at Maurice. She diligently listens to what he has to say. She doesn't listen to respond. Okay. She listens to understand and read his ass back professionally in a baby voice. That's what she does. And at this point, you got to be real about yours, Kimmy. You can't continue to sit up here and act like this behavior that Maurice is giving is the biz naive. It is not. Now, Maurice talks about when he was a child that the father used to put a lock on the refrigerator. Now, Maurice, given the fact that there was a shit ton of y'all, okay, what was like 8, 10 children, and you running around here looking like the light-skinned hamburglar, okay, you eating this and that and there and taking food here and taking it there. That's what you look like. Now, if you was like how you look now, all your life you had to fight to get the food. I see why the man was putting a lock on the damn refrigerator if everybody going in it every 5 minutes and they trying to stand to a budget with 8 children. Okay. Now, I can also understand how that can be traumatic because I've never had to go through that. Now, my grandmother had 12 children, 6 boys, 6 girls, and a plethora of grandchildren. There was never a time where there was a lock on a refrigerator when I was growing up or that my mama told me about. Okay. So I don't know what was different in y'all household or what going on, but it seemed like Maurice, from what I gather from the story, and this is just everything that I say is alleged and in my opinion. Okay. From what I understand is that when he was hungry and he felt rejected by the refrigerator, he went and ejaculated. Okay. They was all passing around the magazine and he up in there master in the bathroom. I don't know if you can say that on here. So you releasing several times a day when you can't, every time you think about going to the refrigerator. So here's my thing. Now that you are a grown man and you control what goes in and out of that refrigerator, why is that the example you're using? Do you have unresolved healing from that? Because you can now go in the refrigerator as often as you want, but your wife, you cannot enter as often as you like. So you've developed a schmex addiction from somebody telling you no. And that I find challenging because, Maurice, if you're the type of guy, and it seems to me, in my opinion, that you're the type of guy when somebody tells you no and you don't get what you want, you're going to force yourself. You're going to force them into doing whatever you want them to do. Now, I don't know if you've done this in unsafe environments, but I feel like you are threatening Kimmy with divorce. You're alluding to it if she doesn't do what you want her to do. And that creates an unsafe environment in a marriage, in my opinion. The fact that you were pumping and humping and thumping on this woman while she was going through cancer. Now, at this point, I'm sorry. I cannot be responsible for any sympathy for Kimmy at this point because you allowed it to happen then, and it seems that you are continuing to have it happen now. I can't be upset for somebody that is constantly taking the torture. It seemed like you like this type of stuff. So all of the gaslighting and bullshitting that Maurice is doing towards you, baby, I can't do nothing with it. I can't be no ways tired about what he's doing. Cause you allowing it. If you like it, I goddamn love it. But let me tell you something, Maurice. If you are out here cheating, I feel like Maurice is out here cheating, in my opinion. But these women probably are at a point where they are so embarrassed of the fact that they're fucking you that now you gotta go to Kimmy and try to get it 3 times a day. Because these women out here are ashamed that they even let you enter them. And again, I wouldn't let that man put his finger inside of me. Because the way you want to be doing what you're doing all so many times a day, every day, consistently, and you don't care to hear how your wife feels, you just want to get what you want, and you're saying that you need it, that's sick to me. That's an addiction, in my opinion. So you're willing to go wherever, whatever to get it. And who's to say that you haven't been doing that? Usher in you guys avoiding where you were the next day when you got that DUI. Why did Kimmy wake up in the morning and see that you weren't there and think that that was okay? Why was that normal practice for y'all? Because you've been in my opinion, you've been cheating, you've been doing all the things, but y'all just don't want to be honest about it. And y'all want to climb and clamor onto other people's storylines, i.e., asking Destiny who she's dating, asking Trish about what's going on with her and Ken. Y'all don't want to talk about your own lives. Now, Kimmy and Maurice, I will have to give it to you that you guys, wow, this is tragic. Y'all are actually being open and talking about your shit. You ain't gonna never be honest about the cheating, which it seems like. Or maybe Maurice is getting to the point where he's like, you know what? I don't want to have to hide it anymore, because if Martell is doing videos and shit with old chicks that we done fucked, who's to say somebody else might not come out? So let me go ahead and let everybody know, listen, this is what I do. Okay, I need to fuck 3 times a day, and this bitch ain't giving it to me. So yeah, this is why I need to fuck 3 times a day, and she ain't doing it. So I'm gonna be out here getting it wherever I want to. That's what I think. This is strictly strategic that he's being honest, because Maurice looked embarrassed and ashamed when they talked about him choking chicken in the bathroom to a magazine when he was young because he couldn't go in the refrigerator. And that lets me know that all of them have something traumatic going on. I don't believe that they have, those Scott brothers, I don't believe that they have respect for a mother figure, or a one, they don't have respect for women. Just the way they move as a whole, the two of them and the weird brother they call Billy in the basement, I believe that there was something unhealthy going on in that household. You notice how people are always happy, even though it's toxic with Tisha and Wanda. She's always bringing her mother around, talking about her mother. Hell, even Kimmy had her mother and her father on the show, right? Mel had her mom on the show. And we see Destiny is going to bring her mother on the show, which actually I don't like that. I haven't liked Destiny, but I like this new turn that she's taking. I like this new view of herself, because you can't talk about why your marriage ended. That's cool. But now you're actually giving some personal story, talking about your siblings, talking about your mother, showing your mother. I believe Destiny was ashamed of her mother, because we never knew whether Destiny's mother was still alive or not. But now she's willing to give a story. And I don't like how Carlos, and we're going to get into this, I don't like how Carlos is trying to make Destiny look like some Thoughtlandia of Huntsville, the hot pocket of Huntsville. I don't like that, because she don't give me that. But we'll get into that. I just find it really strange that the Scott brothers don't bring their mom on the show or talk about their mom very much. They don't really talk about their parents at all. I think the dad came on the show, but they don't really speak positively of any maternal figures in their lives. And usually the mother-son dynamic is serious. Boys is, I always love my mama. Okay. I don't see that with them too. So I believe that mother figure, yeah, I believe she contributes to this chauvinistic way that these men, the way that they treat women. There's an unhealthy link there. Either they watched their mother get disrespected, or they watched the mother accept things that she shouldn't have via the father or other men. And so they grew up thinking that it's okay to do that to other women, right? They didn't have any positive, strong female figures in their lives. Now, I do understand, if I'm remembering correctly, that the mother is very well educated. Um, she has several degrees. She went, made sure she went to, she went to college, all the things. But I don't know if she was directly very, if she was very hands-on in their lives like Tisha was with her children while she was getting her education, even though she's dumb as fuck. Now let's move into Destiny. I don't like this storyline that you're allowing Carlos to build around you, like you are some hoe bag of Huntsville. I don't like it. I don't like that, these men, especially not Twan, not what's the one that's Ken's friend. I forgot what his name is, but he seems Will looks like he has a lot of inflammation in his body. He needs to take some oil of oregano, vitamins, some black seed oil, just drain the system. He looks very unhealthily pumped up. His hairline is going back to oblivion. He needs some kaleidoscope drops for his edges. He needs to go back to age 14, and maybe he needs to go into the bathroom with Maurice and share that magazine, because that's exactly how he's acting. Very immature. Maybe there was a lock on his refrigerator, or maybe there should have been. And they should have left some apples, oranges, and bananas out for you to eat. Eat some fruit. Because you seem very tied to the carryout. Okay. You go to the gym, but the sight of a big belly, but muscular arms and little legs. Yeah. We're not getting any abs, sir. You're not doing your sit-ups. Yeah. It's giving cholesterol. High cholesterol. Got to get it together. That's just an observation. So when you have high blood pressure and, blood clots, cholesterol, those things, that could also contribute down the line to ED. So we might want to go ahead and handle that now, especially since you like to, distribute your D out to so many women via polyamory. All right. I don't know if your health is really giving me any signs that you have enough. You ain't got enough, in my stormy voice, to distribute the deck out to everybody the way that you'd like to, especially to Destiny. So maybe you need to load your basket up with some healthy things. Get you some sea moss gel, some chlorophyll, some stuff. Get you something to clean that body out. Do a detox. Yeah. Because all of y'all are full of shit. Full of it. Okay? All right? Get you some dandelion root. Get all the things. Because at this point, Will, you are not, no, you're not the biznai. You're absolutely not. And for Twan, and it's clear that Twan and Lance are much younger than you. Maybe not much, but they're younger than you. But they seem to have more couth and maturity than you do. Now, I believe Destiny fucked Twan. I think she did fuck him. And I believe she fucked Lance too. That's just my opinion. I think she actually likes Twan. But let me tell you this. Let me wrap a taste to you real quick, Destiny. Destiny, hey, let me talk to you. Remember Sunny? You had such an uproar because Sunny started dating Moses, right? You considered her a friend. You went to her what you say? You went to her graduation party, all the things, right? But you started dating Lance's god brother. Oh, yeah. Grew up together. They grew up like brothers. But it's okay for you to fuck with him. But it's not okay for Sunny to marry your ex. I smell a double standard. I'm just saying. It's a double standard for sure. For absolute sure. Now, Lance, the way you move on and get married and have babies, it should be studied. Okay. I don't know if down south all they got time to do is just fuck, get married, and have babies. But you setting a good old, you doing a record, draw for that. Now, I believe Destiny still likes Lance. I think she believes Lance is cute. I think she likes being a part of that family. I think she likes the closeness that she has with Miss Nell. I believe Destiny and LeBurk was going over there to get some counseling right along with, or coaching, if you will, right along with Mel and Martell. I believe Mel made that introduction. I believe Destiny has realized that her picker was off. But Destiny has always been the BBD. She wants to go with the bigger, better deal. And she thought that hanging out with the Scotts was going to be the BBD. But she quickly realized it's not. because the way that Tisha turned on her, talking about some at that 80s party, and her not pulling up in the limo over to Destiny's house. But maybe she ain't pull up in the limo to Destiny's house because where the hell does Destiny live? Have we seen a house, an apartment, a smoke signal of where Destiny lives? Maybe she didn't want to embarrass you, Destiny. Because aren't you still, did you move out of that house that you and LeBaric had? Hmm. And maybe Tisha cheap ass only had that limo for a limited amount of time. I don't know why they didn't just record themselves doing that and text it to everybody. But you just want to be extra and make people, show people that, oh no, we didn't come to your house. Girl, that invite that y'all did was very corny and lame anyway. Y'all recorded y'all voices on the boombox and you were just standing there back to back dancing. Do better. Y'all want to be housewives so bad on this show, but that's not what this show is. It's called Love and Marriage. Your husbands are highlighted as well. On the Housewives, it's just about the women. So, Tisha, the fact that you want to hide your life, you are not Kyle Richards. And it ain't working for her either, sis. Okay? This is not Loving Housewives of Huntsville. Loving the Housewives of Huntsville, rather. It's not. And Destiny, when Tisha told you that she didn't know where y'all stood at that table, and that's why she didn't come and do the invitation in person to you, even though you supposed to be her friend, when Miss Nell came and sat down next to her, which even though Miss Nell was being a bigger person and Tisha talking about, oh, why you sitting next to me? Bitch, who the fuck are you? This is a free chair. You invited me here, so I'm going to sit the fuck down. We all getting filmed together. Stop playing with me. And Miss Nell probably was over here. Let me just come. She probably was like, let me just come on over here so she can get her mama over here to talk shit. And I can go ahead and burst her bubble because I'm going to agree with everything her mama says. Because don't think you slick, Nell. I caught that. You didn't expect her mother to get extremely immature and get mad about you saying her damn daughter, which I didn't think was that serious. But I also didn't think that Nell had to say that. Miss Nell just got a bad attitude. She has a real anger problem that she really needs to. I think that it can be tamed. I think that she's lashing out for some reason and she doesn't know how to properly communicate. At her core, she's a good person. But I think that Miss Nell has been acting this way for so long. She's lashing out, I believe, from previous hurt from Chris that she hasn't dealt with. I think that she's still hurt. I think she's still grieving. I think she needs therapy and she needs to stop fighting it. She needs to stop being one of those Black people that fights therapy. Talk to somebody. Do that. But Destiny is peeping Tisha's whole card. One thing that Tisha is going to learn is that Destiny will never be your minion. Destiny is all about destiny at all times. You saw how she flip-flopped on Mel and Mel brought her on the show. Because y'all was doing your damnedest to try to keep her off the show when Kimmy had a problem with her, when Kimmy called her ex-husband the chicken man. Destiny showed her ass then and how she's very attitudinal, prone to be attitudinal. I know you ain't think that she was going to ever be a lapdog for you. She done had a problem with everybody on this show. And I know that you didn't think that you were going to bully her into being your subordinate. Destiny, what you don't understand is Destiny is a survivor. Having a mother that is on drugs, that's probably has manipulated her emotions throughout her life. Having a father that was a single dad, trying to take care of her and having his own struggles of his own, rather. Destiny is a survivor. She's going to flip-flop and do whatever. That's just in her nature. She's going to do whatever it takes to survive. And if that's rolling over your back, that's what she's going to do. She can't help it. Now, did she roll over your back in this situation? No. You want to collect minions. And frankly, Tisha, you have nothing going on nor a personality or anything that would remotely make anybody want to follow you. I just have a few questions. If Tisha finds somebody loyal, right? Oh yeah, Kimmy is loyal, and Trish is loyal. What does that afford them? Being loyal to you, quid pro quo. What do they get out of being loyal to you? Because you're not a good friend, Tisha. You're extremely annoying. Because before y'all went out and did that 80s presentation, invitation for the party, you sitting there talking to Marceau, talking about something. Yeah, and Miss Nell, I'm going to get my mother to argue with her because my mother likes to argue. So I'm going. Even Marceau was looking at you like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? Is my wife? He looked so disturbed. Like, I cannot wait till these kids get out of high school so I can leave this dumb bitch. What the fuck was I thinking? That's exactly what he looked like. Like, are you really shitting me? Are you sitting here telling me that your grown ass is gonna get your mother to come and argue with another bitch for you? Let me explain something to you. I love my mother dearly, and we've had our ups and downs, but I will never, 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 never go and get my mama and be like, Mom, I need you to come cuss this bitch out for me. My mother slap me in the mouth and tell me to stop being a bitch. Are you shitting me? If I need to cuss a hoe out, I'm gonna go and do it on my own merit. Cause this tongue is lethal enough on its own. I don't need no partners or co-conspirators. Okay. And at that dinner, I mean at that party, when Miss Wanda came over there, got to running at the goddamn mouth, talking shit, and gonna say Miss Nell must have some unresolved stuff with her mama. Because one thing I will say, Wanda was correct when she was like, why y'all always arguing and the men over there good? You want to know why women are always in a kerfuckle and men can solve problems? Because women are always trying to look better than somebody. They always need somebody that they can trample over and say that, look down and be like, I'm doing bad, but at least I'm not doing as bad as you. That's what they want. This group of women, anyway. I don't fuck with women like that. But those men, all of them have something on each other. So, of course, they're going to get along. They got to get along to an extent. Now, Martell has no credibility. Nobody likes him. So these men are like, you know what? Yeah, Martell knows shit about us, but who cares? We don't like him, and neither does the audience. So his credibility is shot. We don't care. But he's on the show with us, so we might as well be nice to him. He is an executive producer, but ain't producing not nothing. At least when Mel was on here, she kept the storylines going. And see, that's the thing. Tisha is upset with Destiny because Destiny is also not going to let her live in her delusion. Because I believe Destiny sees right through the fact that Tisha continues to ask her about her relationships and talking about Miss Nell so that she can avoid talking about what's going on with her. Because every time Destiny goes into trying to ask Tisha, excuse me, y'all, about that video, she don't have nothing to say. She went, because we talked about that on Instagram and that's that on that. First of all, if that was Andy Cohen, he would have been like fired because what you're not going to do. Yeah. Hello, Robin. Was it worth it to take it to Patreon? I hope you made a lot of money. Because Tisha, if your boss was Andy Cohen on the Bravo network, that would have been a fast lane to getting fired. Because you're telling me that you're going to have people come on and you ain't even get paid. You on Instagram. Getting absolutely a fat zero. When you get paid to talk about your life on TV. And I'm tired of everybody skating around this. The video happened. Y'all need to talk about it. Moving on. We get to, after this dog ass party, Not to mention how the guys were ganging up on Destiny and dancing with her. Again, I don't like this whole trying to make Destiny look like the helpless hot pocket hoe bag of Huntsville. I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't really fit her. I don't believe that she's running around this way. It's not cute and it's not funny. Miss Wanda, please get rid of her. I'm tired of her being a grown ass baby on here arguing for your daughter. Grow up. You too fucking old for this shit. And Tisha, you are too fucking childish. Do some real work. Stop getting these all these degrees and having and still being dumb. Cause you dumb, just like your mother. You look just as ignorant as her. Your old pie face ass always sitting there laughing and with your tongue in jail of your teeth talking can't get a word out correctly. Constantly doing bullshit. Hold on, y'all. I'm freezing again. Here we go. I don't know why it keeps on freezing, but it's old. It's really old. I don't even have any. I don't even have any energy for this show, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I don't even know if I'm gonna review it in March. It's not even fun to watch anymore. It really attests to how stupid these people on reality TV really think that the viewers are. And we're actually not dumb at all. We see right through all of your bullshit directly. It's annoying to watch, actually. Kimmy, Maurice wants to divorce you. He gaslit you to the max. He took you out to dinner to soften you up so that you can go home and get your 3 rounds in. But when he saw that he wasn't going to get his way, he started kicking and screaming like a little child. And he's going to and embarrassing frozen again. Freezing too much. But the bottom line is Maurice's child, you ain't got shit for real. Yes, you're a lawyer, but how many cases have you really litigated? Only thing I've seen you doing is fighting with content creators and fighting with broke ones at that, in my opinion. Like, YouTube is not paying these people as much money as you think it is. And we're the people that are on here on these YouTube streets, we're literally doing commentary on the show. My advice to anybody on reality TV, if you don't want anybody to talk about you or have opinions about you, I get it. You don't want people spreading false images of you, like calling you a D dealer and this, that, and the third, whatever. I don't have no parts of that. Don't really care. But if we're talking about strictly things that are happening on the show and you don't like the opinions that people have about you, you need to get off of reality TV. And I really think that if they really think that want this show to have a fighting chance, a lot of y'all say no, but I believe they need to just go ahead and make the show about the Fletchers. Get the Fletchers to bring their friends on and get rid of the Scotts. And if y'all want to drag Trish and Ken along, fine, but you need to bring Marquez back. The Scotts are not going to give us anything. They've proven that time and time again. They're going to continue to lie. They've asked y'all allegedly to put shit in their contracts saying that they don't have to tell their story. So if you are trying to paint a false narrative to the public and we can see right through it, it is time to go. Reality TV is not for them. And frankly, what they're producing, they're picking up, I don't want to put it down. I don't like it. Period. Maurice is delusional. He thinks that the marriage counselor dude is agreeing with him. When someone calls you hypersexual, that's never a positive, sir. And you're trying to spin that he's a man, so he was trying to be on your side and dap you up. He was not. That man was looking at you very disturbed. And he didn't understand why you felt the need. You don't cover your wife. It's all about you. Everything out of your mouth was about you. Nothing about Kimmy. Nothing about y'all union. It's all about you. I've come to the conclusion that Maurice is much worse than Marceau. Now, Marceau is definitely manipulative too, because you think you're slick. You tried to gaslight Tisha when she had that Schmeck's therapist come over there, or the intimacy coach, or whoever the fuck that was. You tried to gaslight her with that whole, I wanted just a hug, and you told the lady that I'm always trying to do this and that and the third, and that's not the case. I just want a hug, and you lied about that. Now, be that as it may, Tisha always lying. Now you want to point it out, and you be lying. You don't tell her the whole damn truth. So she over there trying to put on a brave face and a mask in front of this lady. This is what she does all the time. You pick and choose when you want to embarrass her. And this was one of those times where you wanted to embarrass her. You wanted to prove that everything ain't your fault. Here I go freezing again. Yeah. The bottom line is Marceau wants out of the marriage. I wouldn't be surprised if Marceau to the little one does it. I think after the middle daughter goes on, even as chauvinistic as Marceau is, he he still has a likable quality to him. And he's really the only Scott that we are remotely interested in seeing. And I still don't even want to see him in this capacity. He's likable, but he's still a liar. We can see all the way through that. He's still chauvinistic. I would actually like to see Marceau be happy with somebody else, or out here living the single life doing what he want to do if that's what he wants to do. It's really awkward watching him and Tisha pretend like they love each other. This is the first season that I've ever seen them kiss each other or say I love you. And it seems very forced and fake. Throw the whole show away, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired of Tisha walking around as a 42-year-old woman acting like a 14-year-old child. I just really hope that this behavior is not being spread or, carried down to her daughters. Like, what if her daughters were to be like, Mom, this girl at school said something to me. I want you to go beat her up. That's equivalent of what she's doing. I'm frozen again. I don't like this face. Ooh, we're gonna turn the camera off. Ooh, Lord. That face. Anyway, we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. Trifling and childish. I still like Marcel more than Maurice. Tisha and Kimmy, your men are cheating. Go on and admit it. We're tired. We're tired. Destiny, move forward with your story, your personal story. I like the way you're going. And don't let Carlos make you look like the hoochie mama of Huntsville. Okay. Trish and Ken, I don't know what y'all doing over there. Get in where you fit in. And Nell and Chris, continue to be authentic like y'all are, and don't let them pull y'all into their foolishness, because threatening to tell about infidelity or whatever, y'all have already spilled y'all tea, so it doesn't matter. Clearly y'all already know about what each other got going on, so don't even let them pull y'all into the bullshit. That's how I feel about it. And Miss Nell, last but not least, get you some anger management. You got some deep, dark issues going on inside of you that you need to release in a positive manner. I would hate for it to come out in the wrong way and get you into some trouble that you can't get yourself out of. I feel like Miss Nail really is. Here we go. The computer keep telling me to get up off here, and I keep on talking. All right, y'all. Miss Nail home. And don't make no more potatoes. All right, y'all. That's it. I ain't got no more. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will be the step class. So that's why I've been kind of out of whack with my videos. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm teaching from 7:30 to 8:30. But tonight I'm going to try to hop on and do Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine. Okay. So I will see y'all this evening. I'll set a time for us to all come on here and chat and catch up. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. Mean it. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below what you think. And remember, this is not actually live. Okay, that's why I haven't put y'all comments up on the screen. This is a pre-recorded video. All right, but it's going to come out to you as a live. All right, so don't beat me up. I just wanted to push the content out. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. And by the time y'all see this, it's probably going to be lunchtime and I'm going to be at work. All right, so thank y'all. See y'all later. Love y'all. Peace out.